Vladimir Makarov is the main antagonist of the Modern Warfare franchise. He is also the leader of an ultra-nationalist terrorist group. Makarov was a man of no rules and no boundaries. Anything applies. He has committed very many crimes and done many bad things in his life that we'll get into later. He would do anything to get what he wants. He graduated from the Franz Military Academy early on in his life. He was captain in the Russian army, serving as a paratrooper in the 98th Guards Airborne Division of the VDV, also known as the Russian Airborne Forces. In his career, he experienced the collapse of the Berlin Wall, being in the Spetsnaz, and he served 2 hours in Chechnya in the First Chechen War. It's safe to say he has a lot of military experience. It was believed a company under his command was involved with the cleansing raids in Chechnya, which killed many Chechnyan civilians. This had a lot to do with human rights violations. The UN investigated these charges of human rights violations, and Makarov's name was at the top of the list that was provided by the EU investigation panel. This was dropped when Makarov decided to discharge from the armed forces. So you can see Makarov was already getting into plenty of trouble early on in his career. Later, Makarov brought his military training into terrorist undertakings like human trafficking, money laundering, bombings, and assassinations. These things would be seen by the leader of the Ultra-Nationalist Party, Imran Zakhaev. The Ultra-Nationalist Party is a political party and armed organization in Russia who have goals of bringing the country back to how it was during the times of the Soviet Union. As you can see the similarity in the flags. Zakhaev offered him a spot in his anti-Western movement, and Makarov was very anti-Western. In 1996, Makarov and his soldier Yuri were in Pripyat. Pripyat is a city in northern Ukraine in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. It is also near the border with Belarus. This city is similar to Chernobyl. His soldier Yuri was a Russian loyalist and an ex-Spetsnaz, and he was a close friend of Vladimir Makarov. He served in the ultra-nationalist group as well. Zakhaev was there trading fuel rods for golds to fund the ultra-nationalists. Makarov witnessed Zakhaev being shot and having his arm blown off by Lieutenant Price during the deal. Macmillan says that blood loss should finish off Zakhaev, but Zakhaev is saved by Makarov when he drives him away from the area. This gave Makarov a lot of Zakhaev's trust. Makarov was present when the U.S. Marine Corps invaded the Middle East in an attempt to take Khalid al-Assad from power in 2011. They were specifically looking for him in Saudi Arabia. At this time, Makarov had possession of a nuclear device. When the Marines were in Saudi Arabia looking for al-Assad gave Makarov the order to detonate the nuclear device. Al-Assad was hiding out in a safe house in Azerbaijan this whole time. This nuclear device resulted in the deaths of over 30,000 Marines. Some of the fallen soldiers were Sergeant Paul Jackson, being the character for the USMC, Lieutenant Vasquez, and others. In the Second Russian Civil War, Zakhaev was killed by Sok McTavish when the US Marines and SAS forces joined up. This hurt the Ultra-Nationalist Party. Makarov's contacts within the criminal and crime world let him take control of a large portion of the Ultra-Nationalist Party. The Ultra-Nationalist Party are starting to become mainstream at this point. They've won the Second Russian Civil War through the presidential election on August 10, 2016. The president was now Boris Vorshevsky, a member of the Ultra-Nationalist Party. Vorshevsky was a more moderate ultranationalist, and he knew Makarov's extreme tactics would crush hopes of trying to distance their party away from its past. The violence would not win the Russian people over. Vorshevsky removed Makarov and his men from the Ultranationalist Party because of this and many of Makarov's threats to their success and many of the political leaders. They then tried to improve things with the United States, but all of this infuriated Makarov. Makarov made it his goal to kill Vorshevsky and his inner circle. General Shepard put Joseph Allen in Makarov's terrorist group to do some cover operation. Makarov knew who Joseph Allen was this whole time, but did not reveal it. Makarov quoted this after he killed Joseph Allen. "The American thought he could deceive us. When they find that body, all of Russia will cry for war." Makarov and his men made a terrorist attack on the Zakhaev International Airport with Joseph Allen. Joseph Allen went by Alexei Baradin at this time. This is the infamous mission, No Russian. They went through and killed everyone in the airport. Stepping outside to fight special forces, they escaped to an ambulance where Makarov killed Joseph Allen. He left Joseph Allen's body there to show that an American did this, wanting to frame America for the attack. His friend Yuri tried to stop this attack though. He contacted the FSB, the Federal Security Service, only for him to be shot and left to die by Makarov. Yuri tried to stop the massacre only to collapse due to the massive loss of blood. He was rescued though. Makarov did all this because he wanted war with America. The war ensued, and General Shepard was given supreme command over the military. He wanted to still find Makarov. Makarov was tracked down to two possible locations. One part of the task force was sent to his safe house in the Caucasus Mountains, and the other was sent to an airplane graveyard in Afghanistan. Shepard created his own task force made up of the people who know about his involvement with the terrorist attack in Russia, the one on the airport. Makarov was at the airplane graveyard, not likely to evade Shepard, when he was contacted by Captain Price. Captain Price was asking where Shepard was. Makarov realized his only hope for survival was getting rid of Shepard, so he agreed to tell Captain Price about the location of Shepard's base. This was Site Hotel Bravo. Captain Price and Sil McTavish acted upon this and assassinated Shepard after finding his base. This was after Shepard had killed Ghost and Roach. At this time, Makarov had took his chance and escaped underground. After this, Makarov had planned a major terrorist attack on all of the European capitals and major cities in hopes that Russia would be the supreme country of the continent. For this, he produced many deadly chemical weapons to strike many key government and military installations in Western Europe. To cover his trail, Makarov convinced Viktor Krasenko, or Volk, to become his bomb maker. Volk created a company called Frigetta Industries, and they gave chemical weapons to various rogue shipping outlets in Africa and Europe. To cover himself more, he got a Somalian warlord named Warab or Warabe, I'm not sure, to take control of several African paramilitary groups in Sierra Leone. Makarov got a lot of the Russian military to join his plan of invading Europe. He also wanted to overthrow President Boris Vorshevsky by using the Russian people's belief that their war against the US was justified. With all the weapons and men ready, he hijacked President Vorshevsky's plane. Vorshevsky was on his way to negotiate a peace treaty with the US and NATO. Makarov's men forced the plane to crash land. Makarov killed all of the president's security detail. He held Vorshevsky as his hostage, and the majority of the Russian command structure swearing loyalty to the inner circle. Makarov pretty much became the de facto leader of Russia. With the war on the European continent, Makarov met his advisors whose identities and nationalities were never disclosed to the player. Makarov set a trap for the TF, or Task Force 141 operatives. This group is Shepard's, McTavish's, and Captain Price's task force. At this time, Makarov was aware that he was the target of an assassination. Captain Price and Yuri escaped this trap, but Soap was wounded bad and eventually died due to his injuries. Makarov set up a plan with his second-in-command to capture Alina Vorshevsky, the daughter of Boris Vorshevsky. Makarov's men got there before Delta Force could and took Alina to an ultranationalist base in a mine in eastern Siberia. Luckily though, Delta Force and Task 141 rescued both of the Vorshevskys. A special ops assignment blew up the mine, killing most of Makarov's loyalists. After this, Boris Vorshevsky launched a purge to arrest everyone in the ultranationalist party and bring them before the International Criminal Court. Makarov had fled Russia along with a small band of surviving followers after this. With the war over, Makarov hid in the Arabian Peninsula at the Hotel Oasis. In January, Yuri and Captain Price raided the hotel to kill Makarov. Price caught up with Makarov, stopping his escape by helicopter by killing the pilots. The helicopter crashed in the chaos, and Makarov beat Captain Price to his Desert Eagle and was gonna kill him, but Yuri shot Makarov before he could do so. Makarov got back at him by executing the Mozambique drill on Yuri, shooting him both in his shoulders before killing him with a shot to the head. Captain Price beat Makarov down, wrapped a steel cable around his throat, and slammed him through the glass roof, most likely breaking his neck and hanging him at the same time. Makarov lit a cigar to celebrate finally ending the chaos and the reign of terror of Makarov. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something about Makarov. Let me know if you want to see any other characters, and I'll see you later.